I know it doesn't feel like it, but at some point, LeBron's gonna retire. I mean, I'm gonna be bawling the day he does, but it's gonna happen, and we're gonna need a new face of the league.
You know, I'm not 100% sure about that anymore, because I've been saying that for the past like 3 or 4 years, so I'm not fully convinced he's going to retire. But you're probably right. So who's going to be the next face of the league? Because the NBA is going to need the guy. It doesn't necessarily have to be the best player in the league, but he's got to be the guy that every sports talk show leads with. So who's it going to be?
If you guys enjoy NBA content like this, please subscribe to the channel. It definitely helps out a lot. First, we'll start with Giannis. Kind of the most obvious person that jumps out just because he's already the best player in the league. He's got 2 MVPs, he's got a ring, he's 3rd in jersey sales. I mean, he's got some things going for him. Could it be Giannis?
I don't think so. I think Giannis, he's too humble. First of all, I feel like you kind of need to have a bit of that outgoing, brash personality. LeBron's also very humble, but he's a bit more show-offy. That's not a real word, but you all know what I mean. Also, Giannis, he's in a small market. As much as us small market fans might not want to admit it, that's gonna hurt him. Also, he is a foreign player, and I feel like foreign players just have a tougher time being marketed in America because the NBA is still a very American sport. This is not like soccer where players come from all over the place. The vast majority of NBA players are from the United States. And this might be an interesting point. I think he might be too old already.
You're too old.
Damn, you might be right.
I mean, he's already 28. And say LeBron's got 2 more years in him of like high level play. Then after that, he off to Indiana to play with Bronny or something. Giannis is 30 at that point. So is the face of the NBA, the new face of the NBA after 20 years of LeBron, gonna be a 30-year-old Giannis? I don't know.
Yeah, usually the face of the NBA, it's some guy who was hyped up out of college, hyped up out of high school, comes in, immediately dominates, but Giannis, it took him a while to really get there, and he kind of just came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere.
Also, he's a big. Big's never the face of the league. I know Giannis can handle the ball, but he can't create like Jordan or LeBron or Kobe. Like these guys we grew up watching as the face of the league.
You saying Giannis can't be the face of the league because he doesn't have a bag?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, fair point.
He's got no bag.
He doesn't, but it doesn't matter because he's 6'11" and like 285 pounds. How about Luka? Luka, he's already putting up ridiculous stats. We all remember the 60-20-20 game? Only time it's ever been done. That includes Wilt. If you do something even Wilt hasn't done, that's crazy. He's getting better every year. He's only 23. He's got kind of that attitude and that personality. We saw that definitely last year when he was just taking the Suns apart and having a blast while he was doing it. How about Luka?
I think it could be Luka. I'm not confident Luka because, yeah, he's also a foreign player. The dude's got terrible style too, like that Great Clips cut.
What is that?
Ain't it? And I don't know, is Luka really that marketable either? I'm sure he's fun to watch, but he can't dunk on people. He can't get up. Like Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, those dudes would posterize a player and you'd see that on SportsCenter. Luka's got that slow ass step back. Like, sure, he puts up the numbers, but it's not as fun to watch. Like, we can all admit that.
Yeah, Ben, but the everyman can't dunk on people like Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron. The everyman can have a slow ass step back jump shot, though. He resonates with the people.
I don't want to see some 24-hour fitness bag. I'm trying to see. That's why I watch the NBA. For dudes to dunk on people, dudes to get up.
Hey, if you go to the right 24, you could find that.
True. But that's the thing. Luka is that guy at 24 that's somehow insane. Like, sure, respect to him. He puts up these insane stats. He's probably the second best player in the league. At the same time, I don't see him as marketable. Like, are players really going to be dribbling up in the streets, like, acting like they're Luka, like mimicking his game? Like, no, that's not gonna happen.
Fair point. I think Luka can dunk on someone every once in a while, though. It's like a solar eclipse. Doesn't happen very often. But when it does, oof, something to behold.
The next one, this is a dark horse pick, because people kind of forgot about him, because he never plays. How about Zion? You want to talk about dunking on people? Dude dunks on everyone. He's still super young, 22 years old, and he's finally kind of getting that supporting cast around him. Sure, New Orleans ain't the most marketable city to be in, but if he can kind of build a contending team, the way he plays, the highlights he puts up, there's a decent chance it could be Zion.
I think some of the concerns we had with Giannis, you got to have with Zion too. He's not much of a shooter in a shooter's league. He doesn't have the flashy ball handling moves that are a big thing nowadays. Not only is New Orleans a small market, I think in the way the NBA ranks market size, I think it's actually the smallest market. That's not great. But the big thing with Zion is, you already said it, he just doesn't play. Like, he's going to miss the All-Star game, I think, in a week or so. He's already missed a full season because of injury. The dude's got an incredible body, an incredible leaping ability, but good Lord, he needs to drop like 25 pounds or else he's gonna have chronic foot, leg, ankle problems his whole career.
Yeah, I guess a guy can't be marketable if he's just never playing. Like, you just show ads for him all the time. He's in commercials, hyping him up, and then it's like, oh, he's not playing again.
He was in those commercials forever, those Mountain Dew commercials with Zach LaVine, and he wasn't playing. And everyone was watching those commercials and be like, does it look like Zion's put on a few pounds? It kind of looks like he's put on a few pounds.
Okay, Mountain Dew did him dirty with that angle, though, too. Like, they did him so dirty in those.
They really did.
But he did look big. It's kind of like Kawhi. Like, Kawhi's finally getting up to form now, but people literally forgot he even existed because he was just gone for an entire year. And he's an all-time player, but you just forget if guys don't play. It's like they're not in the news. You don't see their highlights. He's got to find a way to stay on the court. This is insane.
Yeah, I remember before his first year, it was just nonstop Zion, 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 Zion. And then he barely played his first year. The Pelicans had all those national TV games he just didn't play in. And by the end of his first year, just no one really talked about him anymore.
Yeah, that honestly killed him. He could have been one of the most marketable players in the league at this point, but I think that first year really put him in because no one saw him play in his most hyped season.
I think if he has a good playoff run this year, though, they don't need to make the conference finals or make the finals or win a championship or anything, but get to the second round, go down swinging in 6 or 7 games, put up good numbers, actually play, and I think he'll be right back there. This is my pick, though. I think this guy has got the biggest chance. I think Ja Morant. He's uber athletic. He's a high volume scorer. He creates highlight plays just regularly. It's like once a week at this point. You see just an insane Ja clip of him catching an alley-oop or just pinning the ball against the backboard blocking someone. He's 23. He's on a young ascending team. He's marketable. He's likable. He's got a play style that I think young kids will want to imitate. Ja is my favorite right now.
That's all true. That's all true what you said. My thing with Ja, I don't think he's good enough.
What?
I don't think he's good. Ja, in his career, will never be a top 5 player. No shot.
Wow. No shot?
No shot.
No shot.
Next 10 years, Giannis, I know he's getting old, Luka, Jokic, Tatum, and then even Zion or Wembanyama, another guy. I don't think it happens.
Yeah.
Sure, if the Grizzlies can compete, maybe, but I don't think Ja's ever going to be good enough.
I'm just sitting at my desk with my chin on the floor right now. I am in shock right now.
The Ja fans can be mad in the comments, but I think he's the most overrated player in the league.
Wow! Oh my goodness, I did not expect that take. Your point is well taken. It's probably someone not even in the league yet. I mean, when you look at when Jordan retired in 98, the league, who was the face of the league from 98 until probably like 2004-05 when LeBron came on the scene? It was, what, Shaq for a couple years, then kind of Kobe and Shaq at the same time. They didn't really have that one big face of the league. Is it an 8th grader, honestly, that we just don't know of?
I think it's some 8th grader balling out in like Florida right now for some AAU team, and he's just going to be like this 6'10" guy who dunks on people and has a bag. We just don't even know him yet.
I'm going to call my shot, though. I don't think it's Wembanyama. I think Wembanyama is going to be very good. I think he's going to make some all-star teams. I think he's going to be a really solid player. I don't think Wembanyama is going to be the next LeBron. I'm so worried about him getting hurt. A guy who's that big, who's that skinny, surviving 10 plus years in the NBA just worries me. That's all I'm saying. That's the only critique I have of him, because everything else in his game is beautiful.
Here's the thing. It won't be him because, one, again, he's foreign.
Yeah.
That just hurts players.
He's French.
2, the last name, that's not marketable. Wembanyama.
I mean, you could call him Wemby. I call him Big Vic.
Big Vic is the best, but Wemby, you kidding me? Hell no.
Players have had dumber nicknames. They called Karl Malone the mailman.
People gave up trying to pronounce Giannis' last name. They were just like, we're not even doing this. You can't have a last name like that. Like Michael Jordan. That's an iconic name. Kobe Bryant. LeBron James.
Big Vic.
No.
I'm making my call right now. I think of the players we've mentioned today, I think Ja's got the best chance.
I'm picking Zion. He's gonna find some miracle doctor that'll cure every one of his problems. And from there, he'll just dominate. Maybe it'll be a little Zion Ja like duel.
There we go.
Every year, same draft class. There you go. Everybody's happy.
I can live with that.
So who do you guys think will be the next face of the league? Let us know in the comments below. Please check out some of the other NBA videos we've made and subscribe to Synthetic Sports.